back to No Car Garage. YJ Vlogs. Today I went and picked up some parts for the dirt bike. We went riding over the weekend and it rides so stiff. The suspension is just cooked. Springs are way too stiff. It didn't run very well. So hopped on Marketplace, bought a tub of old takeoffs. We got a motor, 4-speed with a clutch, 50. We got a rear swing arm with a stock shock and spring. We got front forks with aftermarket upper like triple tree clamp and a attachment for like BMX bars. So we can probably put some different bars on, which not that I don't hate the bars that are on it. So we're gonna try and do some work on the 50. It just rides so bad. We do need to order a carb apparently. So my carb is poop. Even though I cleaned it, I took it apart, I stripped it out real good. But he says I need a carb, so that's what we're gonna do, I guess. This other motor I got is not a performance thing. Might end up putting the extra motor in my son's mini bike, because it'd be cool to have like a clutch. I love that. But alright, we're gonna YJ vlog is over for now, and show you all the parts that we have. Alright, so this is what we got. We got a Johnny Pag 49cc engine that came on like their like mini chopper. We got a front end, a stock front end with a aftermarket upper like triple tree clamp and 7/8 like BMX bar riser. Got some eBay plastics, got a stock chain guard, got stock, I think one of these might be stock and one of them is aftermarket, but we got a stock rear spring, some fork springs, this is my old carb, some foot pegs, a chain, random hardware, a rear factory swing arm with a stock shock, and a tire, a front wheel rim and tire, and 2 spare tubes. All of these parts came in a tub for $100. Don't mind over there if it's temporary. So what we're doing is we're going to get rid of this like 200+ pound red spring and these super stiff forks. So I'm going to climb on top of this and show you how stiff it is now, and we'll get like a ride height, and then you can see what it looks like after it's all done. Never recommended to climb on top of a motorcycle lift, but this is all my weight on top of it. The rear moves a little bit. The front like does nothing. That's how stiff all this is. All right, we're gonna get to work. So for this particular application, I need a 10mm to undo the one bolt in the rear, mostly because I have welded in supports because the frame bent a long time ago from jumping off of like tractor trailer loading docks. Not recommended. Bolt out. Phillips head for these little screws on the tank, which I believe from factory were probably an Allen, but that's all long gone because who knows. I've had this bike for 19 years and I can tell you it has been abused 19 of those 19 years. Ta-da. the basement just got like destroyed again. It's like it just happens. It's like every time I clean, it's gone. Again, due to my circumstances, this is a 10mm bolt for the tanks. I don't know what they're supposed to be factory because none of this hardware is factory. This is all stuff I found laying around. But the factory petcock, see, that one's not even a 10. I don't even know why they're not the same. How about a 12? The front is a 12. All right, we got the front bolt off. The petcock leaks, and apparently this fuel line has a hole in it, so I had to drain the gas out, and I'm gonna take this outside. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for this new front end, but what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna just take off this upper triple tree head bolt. It seems to be seized on, so let's use some of our future sponsor to loosen that up. Let's just use our Harbor Freight impact gun. And just gently take it off. Fine. It's fine. No problems. Now we're going to take off the 14mm, these are factory, 14mm upper triple tree bolts, which also bolt the forks in. So who is it?
Me.
What do you want again?
Not working.
I told you, I'm not helping you. Not right now. Not right now. I'm not helping you. I'm trying to get this video done. Just like that. And then since we have these aftermarket bars, and since our new upper triple tree has built-in bar riser, we're gonna get rid of this because never been a fan, but did it because that's what I had laying around at the time. Was a set of bars from a Honda 70 or 90, which, you know what, these were from a three-wheeler, ATC, a Suzuki 90. Not really quite sure. I wish I didn't cut that three-wheeler apart to make a lawnmower, but you learn some. You win some, you lose some. These bars have been on this bike since 2009, maybe? A long time. I don't remember how these come out. I know they come apart because that's how you put... We'll have to look into that. Let's do the rear shock. Loose. Fantastic. So I'd like to put it back to more of a stock suspension. I rode my buddies over the weekend. We went and rode 50s for the first time in lots of years. And it was magical. This was so good. I couldn't believe it. So went on Marketplace, found this deal. He wanted 150, and I mean, I know I could have found stock, could have found aftermarket shocks on like Amazon and eBay, like $35, but all the reviews were just garbage. I couldn't tell if they were good, if they were bad. Like the reviews were like, it's too stiff, it's not long enough, didn't even hold anything. So I was kind of hesitant to spend $35 on something that was probably just going to be junk anyway. So I knew that if I could find something factory OEM, there's even shock absorber dampening in it. Mine does not have that anymore. Lowered. Look at this. Can't even. Nothing. This one. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. I can feel how much better it is already. After we get this all back together and get it dialed, I would entertain trying to find different spring rates via Amazon shocks. If somebody says they're, it's not long enough, but the weight's all good, that might be good. But also, like, the 50 market is crazy from when we were in it. This is in 03, and I bought it in 06. So when we got them, they just, like, the aftermarket support was pretty big for what it was, but nowadays there's so much more. I don't know what to do with that Johnny Pag motor. It's a 4-speed with a clutch, and I may put it in my son's mini bike because he has one of those like 79cc Coleman kind of mini bikes, and I mean it works, but a new rider trying to learn on a centrifugal clutch and like height wise not being able to like put your feet down all the way, it's really difficult. I mean, I know that's like what most people did when we were kids, but he's little. It's not as easy. Alright, what do we want to do here? I do believe this is a stock front end. So if I can just pull all the internals out, squish, squish. Super sick. Let's see if we take this upper off. I kind of thought that the springs just pulled out the top, but mine's so dirty and gross that we'll see what's under this one. Pow, baby. Pow. Alright, what do we got here? I don't know, I have no idea. Is there a... Aha! There is. I say we just let it together and put it on this way. All right. How are we gonna hold this up? All right. So now to untwist this upper, how about we spray some schmutz on it since we already know it's gonna give us problems. And the whole bike's moving, so that's fantastic. That front end does have a new thread because I think when we removed that part with the super strong Harbor Freight impact gun, I think we might have jacked up the threads. So probably a smart move that we're going to the other front end. We'll be back. I don't know if you can see this, but that was terrible. That is so hot. I fought it with pipe wrench in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. It feels loose, but there we go. In about 20 minutes, get that off. Those threads definitely muffed up. That's for sure. All right, let's take these off. These are a 5mm. Now we remove the brake cable. I always pop this little guy out, put it back on the cable, and then put the nut back on so we don't lose that. Now we'll break this loose up here. Pull it up out. We're going to try and retain all these factory bearings because I don't know what we have from the other front end. We're definitely going to re-grease them for sure. Super dry. Nothing bad though. Alright. Look at how twisted. Look how twisted this is. I had a bad time. Alright, let's pop this front tire off. Don't lose the spacer. That goes on the non-brake side. These are bent too. I pulled, so I did sell this front end, or this. I did sell this 50 years ago. It did not have a good life, to say the least. It's so mangled. So, remember that grease I talked about? I can't find it. So we'll do it another time. Let's give it some WD-40 for good measure. Put a little bit on there too. Spessa. UFO fender. UFO xr50 2004. Heck yeah, baby. Clean a little bit of the dirt. Glad I put this on before I put the tire on. Let's get these bars on. Get our 14 and 19. Can you see me? If not, you know what I'm doing. With a huge mess, and since we have to tear it back apart. Did you see that? Because I saw that. When I ripped my buddies, did not bottom out. So, maybe we have to experiment a little bit. Maybe this one's a stiffer one. I don't know. Thanks for watching. What a cluster F. See you next week, even though it's Thursday and not last Monday or whatever.